Hi, I'm Iris, and my younger sister Chloe is my nemesis. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. Ever since we were kids, Chloe picked fights with me. She ripped the heads off my dolls, threw food in my face, and tossed my clothes in the trash. On my 11th birthday, Dad bought me a dollhouse. Chloe got jealous and smashed it to pieces. I was furious. She ruined my dollhouse. She's an evil brat. I'm sorry, Daddy. It was an accident. Dad always took Chloe's side because she was the youngest. The next day, Dad bought 2 dollhouses. One for me and one for Chloe. Of course, Chloe's was 10 times better. School was even worse. Chloe was so competitive. If I liked a boy, she just had to have him. She even told lies to turn all my friends against me. One day, I got so mad, I tossed a glass of milk in her face and she poked me in the eye with a French fry. Things escalated and we both landed in detention. But soon after, during the annual school play, we got into a shoving match and the principal tried to break us up. She slipped off the stage and broke her arm. We were suspended for 2 weeks. And as if that wasn't enough, Chloe convinced Dad to make me do all the chores around the house. Daddy, I really want to help. I'm just so exhausted. It's hard work being popular and perfect. The pressure is crushing me. I feel so weak. Can I just lie down? For years, Chloe had Dad wrapped around her finger, and I couldn't stand it. By the time I turned 16, I'd had enough. I threw Dad a surprise birthday party and invited all his work friends. Dad was a university professor, so when I started talking about math and science, they were really impressed. Your daughter is so smart. Her understanding of subatomic theory is impressive. I love physics. I listen to lectures on YouTube all the time. I know a ton about atoms. I dated a couple last year. One had really nice abs, and the other was a football player. One even took me to the spring dance. Dad turned red, and all his friends started laughing. We were talking about atoms with a T? You moron. Chloe was so embarrassed, and then she pounced on me. We fought like wildcats. We smashed into a table and banged into a wall. Chloe grabbed the vase and threw it at me. I ducked, and the vase hit my dad's boss in the head and gave him a concussion. Dad was fired the next day. A couple of weeks later, Dad told us we couldn't afford the house anymore and we had to move. Are we poor now? I can't be poor. Poor's not cool. I still get my allowance, right? I need a new hat and some new shoes. Stop being an idiot. If Dad can't afford rent, then he definitely can't afford to buy you more shoes and a stupid hat. Shoes are a necessity. How am I supposed to walk around without them? Maybe you should get a hat too. It could hide your huge blockhead. Enough. Pack your things. We're leaving tomorrow. The next day, we moved into my grandma's house across town. Dad inherited it a long time ago, but no one had lived in it for years. It was dusty and old and filled with bugs. Chloe was so freaked out that she hid in a closet. I can't come out. I'm allergic to dirt and those bugs will eat me. I helped Dad clean things up, and after a few hours, the place started to feel more like home. Soon I discovered that a weird boy named Elton lived across the street. He kept saying that our house was haunted by an old pirate who'd hidden his treasure in the forest behind our house. He also kept begging me to let him come over, and eventually I said yes. We spent hours in the basement searching for ghosts. We never found any, just a ton of old papers and books, and an ancient-looking trunk with some weird symbols on it. The moment Chloe spotted me with Elton, she had to get his attention. She pranced around in front of him in these ridiculous outfits like she was on a runway, until she tripped on a loose board and fell on her face. I couldn't stop laughing. Hey, look, it's a treasure map. Treasure? You mean like jewels and gold? Duh. What kind of other treasure is there, dodo bird? Chloe snatched the map out of Elton's hand and darted up the stairs. Elton and I ran after her. Give it back, you witch! If you two can't share, then neither of you can have it. Just as Dad was about to rip the map in two, Elton lost his mind. No! Elton told Dad all about the map, the pirate, and the treasure in the forest. Then Dad got the strangest look on his face. My grandmother told me that her uncle was a pirate. I always thought she was making it up. I'll find the treasure, Dad. No, I'll do it. How about you both do it together? Chloe and I immediately started complaining. Or not at all. I guess I can tolerate her dumb face for a day, and I can pretend she's not an idiot. I can come too. I'll be their guide. Okay, it's settled then. Find the treasure and we'll split it 4 ways. The next morning, we set out to find our treasure with Elton leading the way. I'd never been on a hike through a forest before, but Elton was the best guide. He pointed out a bunch of different birds and plants that I'd only seen in textbooks, and he even picked me a rare flower. It would have been really romantic if Chloe didn't make us stop every 2 seconds so she could take a selfie or post a video on her social media. After a while, Chloe got bored and yanked me to the side. Is there something wrong with Elton? Like with his eyes? There's nothing wrong with his eyes. His vision is just fine. Then why hasn't he asked me out yet? I mean, really, Look at my face. I'm gorgeous. Boys love me. You're keeping him away from me, aren't you? You want him all to yourself. What are you hiding? Is he secretly rich or something? No, he's just a regular kid. Liar! After that, Chloe started flirting with Elton every chance she got. She'd bat her eyes at him, flip her hair over her shoulder, and give him the most ridiculous compliments. Elton, you're so strong. The way you hold that water bottle is amazing. Aren't your muscles tired? Elton blushed like an idiot. That bottle weighs less than a pound. Elton, my feet are tired. I don't think I can go on. Would you carry me? We've been walking for less than 20 minutes. I guess I could carry you for a little while. Elton fell for Chloe's act, and suddenly, I felt like the third wheel. I walked ahead with the map as Chloe laughed at Elton's corny jokes. All of a sudden, he wasn't so charming anymore. Then, something crazy happened. Chloe spotted a beehive hanging from a tree. Look, that's so cool. Chloe hopped off Elton's back and ran toward it. Chloe, don't get too close to that. It's dangerous. I have to get a video. I'll be like the queen bee dancing under the beehive. Get it? A real queen bee. That's me. Chloe ran under the beehive and started dancing like she was Beyonce. She threw her hands in the air and accidentally hit the hive. It came crashing down and a swarm of bees charged towards us. Chloe started screaming and darted past me and Elton. Run! The three of us ran deep into the forest and hid in a cave. How could you be so stupid? How was I supposed to know those bees would get so mad? You destroyed their hive! Chloe and I started pushing and shoving each other. Then I noticed that Elton was gone, and so was the treasure map. Hey, where did Elton go? He left us, you bird brain. Why would he do that? Then suddenly, I had a really bad feeling. I think he tricked us. He wanted the treasure all for himself. I knew it. I tried to tell you something was wrong with him from the start. The way he ignored me at first, I never have to try so hard to get a boy's attention. I started freaking out. We were lost in the forest and didn't have a clue where we were. I pulled out my cell phone to call for help, but I couldn't get a signal. We weren't that far from the trail. You know how to get back? Maybe. I think I remember where I took my selfies. Can I borrow your lipstick? This lipstick? Oh no, sis. This color will do nothing for you. You should try a light pink. Maybe even like a honey matte. Any earth tone would work. Please, just give me the lipstick. Chloe handed me the lipstick, and I drew the map from memory on the cave wall. Stop! You're ruining it! Do you want to live the rest of your life stranded in this cave with all these bugs? Chloe spotted a bunch of bugs on the wall and started freaking out. I calmed her down and we recreated the map from memory, with Chloe adding all the landmarks she remembered from her selfies. I took a picture of the map and we were off. We spotted Elton's footprints leading out of the cave. We followed them all the way back to the beehive. I checked the map and we were just a few miles from the buried treasure. How much farther? I'm sweating and it's not a pretty look. I ignored Chloe and kept going. 10 minutes later, we caught up with Elton. He'd found the treasure and he was digging it up. We hid behind a tree and watched him. I should slap him across his face. No, Chloe, we need a plan. But Chloe didn't listen. She darted over to Elton and tackled him. As the two of them wrestled, I headed straight to the treasure. A small trunk was buried just beneath the dirt. It had the same markings as the trunk in our basement. I wiped off the dirt and opened it to find a gold box inside. I was about to see what was in it when a boy who looked exactly like Elton came out of the woods and charged me. It's a clone! Chloe punched her Elton in the nose. She grabbed a rock and threw it at the second Elton, and then we ran for our lives. We raced down the trail, passing Chloe's selfie trees along the way. They're aliens! Evil clones from outer space! They're gonna eat our brains! You're thinking of zombies! Aliens don't eat brains! They're alien zombies! The two Eltons were hot on our trail. Then all of a sudden, Chloe stopped. What are you doing? We have to get away! The Eltons are right behind us! Do you see the sunset? It's amazing! I'll get at least 1,000 likes. Just one selfie. She started taking pictures, but then I grabbed her by the arm and dragged her down the trail. Then out of nowhere, the two Eltons appeared. We were surrounded. Give me that box and we'll let you go. No, it's ours. Hey, that second Elton is wearing Dad's gold watch. Oh my god, they're even wearing Dad's shirt. Give those things back or I'll kick your butt. I'll make Elton kick your butt. I can't do it myself. I just got a manicure. Just give us the treasure and no one has to get hurt. Or maybe someone will get hurt. It's not like you'd love each other like real sisters. Then Chloe snatched the box out of my hands. You can have it on one condition. I get a cut. And then we won't report you to the police. The Eltons thought about it. Fine, deal. Wait, you can't trust her. You can't trust him. He's my brother. And he makes you do all the dirty work, doesn't he? If you guys get caught, he'll probably make you take the fall. You do have a point. Don't listen to her, stupid. Don't you call me stupid, you stupid. The boys started shoving each other, and Chloe and I ran off. But just as we got out of the forest, Chloe tripped on a log and sprained her ankle. I yelled for help, but there was no one in sight, and the boys were gaining on us. We'll never make it. Leave me. Save yourself. I'll never leave you, Chloe. You're my sister. Sure, you're annoying, but I love you. You smell like rotten tomatoes, and your face makes me sick, but I can't imagine my life without you. Then the boys caught up to us. Take it. We don't want it. Just leave me and my sister alone. Wise choice. Elton snatched the treasure out of my hands. He opened the box, and inside was a picture of me and Chloe as babies, smiling and holding hands. What is this junk? Out of nowhere, Dad appeared with a bunch of police officers. It's a picture of my daughters, and they're the most valuable treasure in the world. That's so lame. And you're under arrest, you thieves. Dad snatched his watch off the second Elton's wrist, and then the police hauled both Eltons off to jail. I'll never forget you, Chloe. I think I love you. I know. Will you visit me in jail? Not a chance, loser. Dad ran over and hugged us. I'm so happy you found your treasure. But it's just an old picture. No, it was a time when the two of you loved each other and got along. I sent you on this treasure hunt so you could bond and stop fighting and remember what it means to work together and be sisters. What about the Eltons? I didn't have a clue about them. If Chloe hadn't texted me, I would have never known you two were in trouble. What text? I sent it to him after I took the sunset selfie. I noticed my phone had reception, so I texted Dad and told him we were in trouble. Elton and his brother have been traveling around the country, robbing houses. Apparently, the police have been after them for years. After our treasure hunt, Chloe and I started to get closer and stopped fighting so much. Chloe even taught me how to do my makeup, and I helped her study. And every year, Dad hid a new treasure out in the forest for us to find. $20 says, I'll find it before you do. Make it 50 and a new pair of shoes. You're on.